I've heard about you. The Robin who came back from the dead. That must have been quite the experience. Most people don't get a second chance like that. I assume it changed your perspective on the work we do.
It did. Dying gives you clarity about what actually matters. I spent time in the Lazarus pit going insane, then had to rebuild myself. You had your own catalyst, didn't know. The family in Central Park. That kind of loss either breaks you or turns you into something else entirely.
Something else is one way to put it. I notice you're still operating in Gotham, though. Still in Batman's backyard. That's an interesting choice for someone who supposedly came back different. Most people who have problems with their mentor tend to move on, find their own territory.
Gotham's my city. I grew up in Crime Alley before Bruce took me in. Why should I leave just because we disagree on methodology? Besides, someone needs to do what he won't. You left New York after your family died. Or did you stay and work the same streets where they were killed?
I stayed. Every block in this city has someone like the men who killed my family. Running doesn't solve anything, but I'm not running protection rackets or organizing the underworld. I heard that's your specialty now. Crime lord with a conscience. That's a new approach to vigilante justice.
It's called harm reduction, Frank. You can't kill every criminal in Gotham. Believe me, I've thought about it. But you can control the worst impulses, keep kids off the streets, make sure the drugs aren't laced with fentanyl. I remove the unredeemable and manage the rest. You just kill everyone and watch 20 more take their place.
Managing evil is still enabling it. You're negotiating with rapists and murderers about acceptable levels of crime. There's no acceptable level. A child predator doesn't deserve regulation. He deserves a bullet. You're playing mob boss and calling it justice. I've seen that movie before. It always ends the same way.
And your way ends differently. You've been doing this for years. How many have you killed? Thousands. And crime's still there. At least Crime Alley's safer now than it's been in decades. Kids can walk home without stepping over junkies because I actually changed the system. Instead of just punishing symptoms, you're trying to empty the ocean with a gun.
I'm not trying to save the world, kid. I'm just making sure specific predators don't hurt anyone else. When I kill a trafficker, those victims are safe. When you tax him and let him operate in your territory, you're complicit in every life he ruins. You measure success with statistics. I measure it by the people who don't become victims because a monster's rotting in the ground.
That's the difference. You're suicidal and I'm not. Batman's philosophy failed me, but your death wish isn't the answer. There's something between his naive idealism and your scorched earth nihilism. I walked that line because I came back from death and chose to keep living. You're just waiting for permission to die.
Maybe I am. I watched my daughter's brains splatter on a picnic table. Held my wife while she bled out in my arms. The Joker beat you to death with a crowbar, but at least you got a resurrection. My family's still dead. There is no middle ground when you're already in hell. Every breath I take is borrowed time I'm using to settle accounts.
You think the Lazarus pit was a gift? I came back wrong, Frank. Took years to claw back to sanity, while rage burned through every nerve. I lost my childhood, my mentor, my life, and my mind. But I didn't let it turn me into a walking corpse. You're already dead. You're just too angry to stop moving.
Being dead means I don't hesitate. You still pause before you pull the trigger, because part of you wants redemption. You want Batman to finally admit you were right. You want Gotham to appreciate your hard choices. I don't want anything except to make them hurt the way I hurt. You're still fighting for a future. I'm just killing everyone who took mine.
Then you're wasting your life. If you're really dead inside, eat your gun and get it over with. But you won't, because you're addicted to the killing. It's not about your family anymore. It's about feeling powerful when you squeeze that trigger. I kill. because it's necessary. You kill because it's the only thing that makes you feel alive.
I am the monster I hunt, but at least I'm honest about it. You dress up your brutality with strategy and philosophy. Tell yourself you're better than me because you have rules. Your rules just mean more victims die while you're deciding who deserves it. I don't debate, I execute. The only difference between us is you still think you're one of the good guys.
I know I'm not a good guy. Good guys wear bright costumes and save cats from trees. But I'm not the bad guy either. I exist in the gray because that's where the real world lives. You see everything in black and whitey: kill or protect. Some people can be saved, Frank. You gave up on humanity the day you put on that skull. I'm still trying.
Trying is what failures do. I succeeded at one thing, making monsters afraid. When they hear my name, they run. When they see the skull, they beg. That fear is the only justice my family gets. You're worried about ethics and proportional response. I'm worried about body count. How many did I kill today? Not enough. Tomorrow I'll try harder.
That's why you'll never win. You don't even know what victory looks like. I have goals to clean up Crime Alley, dismantle trafficking rings, keep kids safe. I can measure success. You're on a treadmill of violence with no exit. When you're 80, will you still be executing street dealers? What's the end game? When do you stop?
I stop when I'm dead or everyone else is. There is no end game. There's just tomorrow's hunt. You think like a tactician. I think like a force of nature. Hurricanes don't have exit strategies. I am the punishment society's too civilized to deliver. I'm what happens when a good man sees too much evil and becomes something worse than what he's hunting.
Then you're exactly what Batman fears most. A vigilante with no anchor, no code, no humanity left. You prove him right with every execution. I break his rules, but I remember why they exist. There's a world beyond the war. There are people worth protecting, not just enemies worth killing. You're so focused on the skull you forgot the living.
The living will bury me and forget me. That's fine. I'm not doing this for gratitude. I'm doing it because when I close my eyes, I see my daughter's face. When I open them, I see the people who create more victims like her. Batman's philosophy protects the guilty. Yours negotiates with them. Mine puts them in the ground. History can judge me. I'm too busy.
History will forget you, Frank. You're a cautionary tale about what happens when vengeance consumes someone. I'll be remembered as the Robin who came back and changed Gotham's underworld. I built something. You just tear things down. There's no honor in being a wrecking ball. Even in war, you need soldiers who can rebuild. You're just burning everything.
I don't want honor. Honor's for people who still believe in society. I want every criminal, every murderer to know I'm coming. That somewhere out there, a man with a skull on his chest is loading a weapon with their name on the bullet. You want to reform Gotham? I just want to punish it until it learns to punish itself. We're not in the same war, kid. I'm the war crime everyone pretends didn't happen.
Then we're done here. You're too far gone, and I've got actual work to do. Keep killing your way through the phone book, Frank. I'll be in Crime Alley making sure kids don't grow up to be like either of us. Good luck with your forever war. I hope you find whatever you're actually looking for before you drown in all that blood.